Hello, I am Mimi, the artist behind Memory Store, and for this video, I'd like to share how I cut my stickers on the silhouette portrait. Just a disclaimer, this is basically how I learned through trial and error, and may not necessarily be the same way that others do so. But I thought I'd share since this is what has been helpful for me, and maybe it may be helpful to you all. So let's get started. So first, we're starting off in Procreate. I have my design opened, and the first thing I want to make sure is to check my image selections. I will be selecting both the background file and the design file. Notice that I have the background color checked off because that allows me to send transparent images, and I have no borders around my stickers. I will actually be doing that via the Silhouette app rather than on Procreate. Next, send your files to yourself or wherever your Silhouette app is located. I like to send my files to my desktop via WeTransfer, but it is just personal preference for me. I also want to quickly note that when you're sending files, select the PNG files option in the bottom part where it says share layers. That way you send multiple images at once without combining them together into one image, and we want them to be separate. So we're going to start off with our silhouette open, and one of the first things I like to do is make sure that the registration marks are correct. So here are the registration mark settings that I like to have. And then once that is set, I will open up an image that I have downloaded. I have the stickers set where the background and the design is separate. The design is transparent and the background is just one plain background. So I will select the background and I'll select the sticker design. Now I have the sticker design opened with the background and the registration mark file. What I'm going to do is first start with the sticker and cut it. Then I'll bring it to the registration mark and you'll see that it is transparent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the background to the side for now and work with just the sticker design. What I do is to select wheeled, and wheeled helps separate all of the designs apart. So now you can move them individually like this. But as you can see, the wing and the bunny should be together, so I will select group. And now they can be grouped together. And make sure you do that for the rest of the designs that may need it. So now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of it by dragging across like this. And I'm going to open this star shape panel to the right, and it's called offset. And I'll set the offset at 0.3. And before clicking anything, making sure that everything's selected, I will change it to purple. That way I can tell what my cut designs are. As you can see, I was able to easily get the border without using Procreate. Now once that's completed, I will group the stickers together so that it has the cut lines. And for some stickers where I see that there is an inner outline, what I'll do is I'll drag it out, and then I will release compound path. Now they become two separate entities, and I will delete that using the backspace button. Now to bring them back together, I will select the two, and then I go to this here, which centers the objects together, like that. And I will group them back in. And I will repeat the step for the angel because of this small shape. So why did I choose to group individual stickers together? Because now when I bring them back, I'm going to notice that I have a bunch of space and they don't always line up perfectly. And this is because we now have a border that we have to keep in mind of. So now that we have this, I can move the stickers around to my liking and even turn them around. One good thing is that silhouette vectorizes your art, so if you move them, they won't get pixelized. This also allows me to put stickers really close together because I can visually see how close the borders can be. It allows me to be able to add a lot more stickers to my sticker sheets, therefore giving you more stickers to use. You can see here I did not properly group them together, so I will group them now. Since I have so many additional spaces, I will copy and paste the designs I have and add them to my designs. You can even flip them via this tool right here. Now once I have all my design completed like this, I will select all and group them. One final thing that I like to add is curved corners. So what I do is go to the shape tool here and select the shape tool. Then I make an arbitrary triangle. I know my sticker sheets are 6.5 by 3 inches. Well, width is 3 inches. And height, uncheck this so that they don't proportionally grow together. And height is 6.5. Now that I have the perfect shape, since this is all grouped, I can select both and center them. Another thing I like to do is change the color of the border to blue. Now you're going to see I have some issues, so I'm gonna modify the corners by dragging it out. Now that it's been centered, I will group them together. And there we have it. We have our completed their cut lines for each individual Kiss Cut sticker and for the die cut for the sticker sheet. Next, we'll copy and paste this here where our registration marks have been set. I'll paste them and I will select fill page from the replicate tool. It will automatically fill in the page based on what it has calculated for me. I like to do this because I find that putting them too close together results in a lot of mistakes, and because my mat is not that sticky anymore, they might cut into each other, so this has been the best result for me. Now it is time to print the sticker. I will select print. Ignore this for now because I have a different setting for the sticker, but I can modify it right here. So print. I will select my current printer. Now select preferences, and what my settings right now are matte photo paper because I feel that it prints the best quality at letter size paper, high quality, and then I go to main, print quality high, and then color intensity I set it to different setting because I find that it prints too dark. So my setting is, so now this is my sticker setting. You can see it has a slightly red tint and I like that more because I like my stickers to be a little more pink. But these are mainly my own preferences and based specifically for my printer. So if you have a different printer, I would recommend exploring the different settings and adjusting your colors that would best match what you are looking for. So this is how it looks when I have printed out. The colors are the way I said it, and you can see that it's slightly pink tinted, which I really love. So now that you have printed your sticker, let's move on to cut settings. What you're going to see first is you're going to see that it has been set in simple mode, and you're going to see a bunch of lines, and it's going to be super jarring, but hang on there. We're actually going to use the line method, and you're actually going to initially see the process like this. What I'm going to do first is uncheck the red line because that's the actual line of my border stickers, and I don't want that because, as you can see, if you zoom in, the red line captures all of my marks from the design I brought in, which means that because I use a texture sticker, it's going to cut in all the little crevices, and it will actually make the process of cutting the sticker a lot more tedious and slow. So I will uncheck that, and instead I will rely on the purple cut, which is my sticker with the border. And I have made my own default settings for kiss cut and die cut. So for my kiss cut setting, it is a blade depth of 2 with a force of 10 and speed of 5. And I do 1 pass. Now for my die cut stickers, which is referring to the sticker sheet, I have a blade depth of 3, force of 15, speed of 5, and 3 passes to make sure it fully cuts through. I also want to note that I have been using the same blade for almost 3 years, so these settings are usually for a duller blade. If you have a new silhouette portrait, I recommend you experiment with some lighter settings to not dull out your blade as fast. Now I'm gonna be putting this on the silhouette mat. I put the mat on slightly different, possibly because of the way my silhouette reads the mat, in case you're wondering why your silhouette does not work. I actually have the non-sticky mats because I find that the original mat that they come with are too sticky and it has damaged my paper before. So I got one that's less sticky, but the stickiness disappears really fast. So what I do is I usually use tape or double-sided tape, or whichever one you have is available. Line your sticker up to this line. That's what they would tell you initially, but for me, I've actually found it to line up right under the number like this to be a better fit for me, and it cuts better. Now, when you put it on the silhouette portrait, align it to that area that I am pointing at. Press the up arrow button to let it slide the sticker in. The reason why I choose to do the line method is once it automatically finishes cutting the purple lines, it will automatically transfer over to cut the blue line so that I don't actually have to cut out the sheets myself. And so it will create that rounded border for me too. And once I have set everything up like this, I can now send for it to be cut. So now that I have the stickers, you can see that all the cuts have been made. I didn't really properly clean out all the small holes, so you can see some here. But they were able to cut all of my stickers with perfectly aligned borders and the rounded corners. And we're all done. Thanks so much for watching. I hope it was helpful.